Hi guys, I'm Dan from vintagevelo.org and today we are doing something slightly different. I am bringing you a video from the Dalmation coast of Croatia at the town of Pula, a fantastic Romanesque historic town. Now, bit different. We're all used to the usual cycling destinations: France, Italy, Spain, and some of the islands, especially off Spain, maybe around Girona. We love all that. But hey, I'm here in Croatia, so I thought, why not have a go out riding? Now, the first thing you will notice is that the vintage race bike we are on today got lost in translation. Now, I kind of ordered this from a guy that delivers bikes to your apartment, and when I said I wanted a road bike, he thought I meant I rode bikes, therefore I wanted a mountain bike. So he showed up with what is clearly not a road bike. Also, it didn't have any Shimano pedals on it, so I had to borrow a pair of trainers from my brother, and hence this is what we have. Now the title of the video is The Good, the Bad and the Ugly. The good is clearly the scenery out here is really quite stunning. The ugly, without a doubt, is this bike. I'm not going to go into too many details because it's a mountain bike and I really know very little about mountain bikes. I'm sure plenty of you will post up in the comments. It's got disc brakes that I'm pretty certain are no, hang on, all right, okay, it's got pneumatic disc brakes, and I'm going to be honest with you, they kind of work. I don't really see them working much better than rims, but they seem to work and they don't squeal, so that's a big plus. But it is dry and it's not raining. It has a fork at the front with far too much suspension on there. I've tightened it up as much as I can to get as much bounce out of that as possible, but all it does is add as a lead weight on the front, and overall it's really quite ugly. There aren't really enough gears, the tyre's too big. I'm sure if I was going at walking pace up a mountain trail, probably be brilliant, but for on the roads, I'm gonna be honest, it is a bit of a challenge. But hey, it's a beautiful day, a little bit of wind, let's get out there and ride. Now, I don't have my scales with me, but one thing I can tell you about the weight of this is, yeah, this thing is beefy. I would put this down at about 18 kilos, maybe 20 kilos. Yeah, great for an arm workout, but could definitely shed some torque for a good road bike. Now, I'll be the first to admit, I don't know an awful lot about mountain bikes or gravel bikes, but this is obviously a rental mountain bike, reasonably high spec, only just fits me as a roadie. I've got the seat up and as far back as it will go, and I'm definitely cramped up on the cockpit here. Now, I haven't got a lot of point of references, but as a kid, like maybe 30 years ago, I did spend quite a lot of time one summer on a muddy fox mountain bike in the south of France. Now, I had a whale of a time. Now, that would have been a steel bike, no suspension fork, off-road tyres, and that, as I remember, didn't weigh anything like this. It was much lighter, much more like a road bike. I mean, I never took it off-road. I just rode it up the hills around the Dordogne, and it was great. You know, that may be just because, you know, I'm older now and it seems to be heavier, but I can't quite get my head around why these bikes are now so heavy. They should be a lot lighter. I'm sure a carbon fibre one will be, but the Muddy Fox was still, yeah. I mean, the coastal roads here are really quite stunning. Really nice to ride. The bad bit about Croatia, or certainly around here, the traffic. As soon as you hit any kind of minor town or anything, it's like riding through central London. It is really quite busy, and that's definitely a bad bit, a negative thing. You can see here, coastal road, quite a bit of traffic. The drivers, to be fair, are well behaved, but yeah, you know, be prepared for a bit of traffic. Now, my brother and I last night were discussing what you could do to make a bike like this a bit more road friendly. Now, he's on his kind of hybrid bike, and the main thing he did on that was dump the off-road tyres, and he put some gravel spec road tyres on there. I think they're 34, something around there, and that's transformed the way his bike rides. These tyres, I mean, when you're shuftying your way along on a flat, to hold about maybe 25, 28 kilometers an hour, you've got to tuck yourself down, and you've got to put in about 250 watts on the flat, or else it just slows down. What it really wants to do is just roll along at 10 miles or 10 kilometers an hour. So to get into more, first thing I would say, ditch the tyres for some halfway decent hybrid tyres. Put some drop bars on it so you can get down lower. Maybe change the front crank so you've got some reasonable gearing, or even better than that, just go out and buy a road bike. It'll be a lot easier. We were musing that once you changed everything, he's talking about buying himself a boat. I got a big fan there, fan of the channel. He loves us. I think if you had a boat, you could use this frame as the anchor. Okay, very fast, well, fast for this bike downhill. I'm getting in as much of an aero tuck as possible, but you know, I would say I may be hitting the heady heights of 40 kilometers an hour. It doesn't feel nice at all, but that will be the enormous tyres, and I am forced to brake now for a corner because I'm a bit scared. Group set on here is a Shimano Acera, or some derivative thereof, and actually it's not too bad. I'm always fumbling the changes up and down. I'm always getting them wrong. I can't quite remember, you know, if I'm at the bottom of a climb, I'll happily change down gear instead of up by mistake, but it deals with my fumble changes remarkably well. So yeah, for a relatively entry level, it's pretty good. So there we have it. I finished my ride here at Pula's stunning Roman arena. It's an incredible thing. As I mentioned in the title, the good, definitely the views and the Roman remains and the Austro Hungarian buildings out here. There's something else. The bad is the traffic levels, especially in the built up areas, and the ugly, just about everything to do with this bike. I have to admit, I have a newfound respect for certainly commuters, people like that I see out on mountain bikes. Yeah, these things are hard to ride well on the road. I guess, yeah, if you're going up mountains, they're fantastic, but I highly doubt many of these are actually doing what they're designed for. Anyway, I hope you found that video enjoyable. Do like and subscribe for anything that's cool to do with vintage bikes and rides. Thanks a lot.